I mean, we talked about the media here and certainly how the media, 90% of the media is owned by 6 corporations. And we talked a little bit about Operation Mockingbird and what happened back in the 50s and the 60s. I'm just going to play a quick little clip about this, folks. And I want you to think, can this happen now? Is it happening now? Are things happening now? Go ahead. Well, let's just play that and listen to what's going on. This is the Church Committee on Operation Mockingbird.
Do you have any people being paid by the CIA who are contributing to a major circulation American journal?
We do have people who submit pieces to American journals.
Do you have any people paid by the CIA who are working for television networks?
This, I think, gets into the kind of getting into the details, Mr. Chairman, that I'd like to get into in executive session.
At CBS, we had been contacted by the CIA. As a matter of fact, by the time I became the head of the whole News and Public Affairs operation in 1954, the ships had been established, and I was told about them and asked if I'd carry on with them.
Have any people being paid by the CIA who are contributing to the national news services, AP and UPI?
Well, again, I think we're getting into the kind of detail, Mr. Chairman, that I'd prefer to handle in executive session.
I thought that it was a matter of real concern that planted stories intended to serve a national purpose abroad came home and were circulated here and believed here, because this would mean that the CIA could manipulate the news in the United States by channeling it through some foreign country. Now, we're looking at that very carefully.
Do you have any people being paid by the CIA who are contributing to a major circulation American journal?
We do have people who submit pieces to American journals.
Do you have any people paid by the CIA who are working for television networks?
This, I think, gets into the kind of getting into the details, Mr. Chairman, that I'd like to get into in executive session.
Michael, I think you get the point here, and certainly hope some of our listeners start getting the point here. This has happened. This is not conspiracy theory. These are the things that have happened in the United States before, and it has been controlled. Our media has been controlled. And once again, we start looking at this where 90% of our media today is owned by 6 corporations. This is scary stuff.
It is scary stuff. And Lou, you're an example of the Wilkes-Barre Independent Gazette, where you start to print the truth, and it only forces the bigger newspapers to begin to print the truth. So this is why it is so important to be able to support things that, like the Wilkes-Barre Independent Gazette, because we need another voice. And it's really amazing as I watch you and as the paper begins to grow, that the influence that you have within the local media, the talk shows and things like this. And this is really, when the voice starts to bubble up, it's hard to ignore it, Lou. And this is really happening. It's happened in the past and it's happening now. So we need to question the media. They question the media here in Texas. They question the media in Pennsylvania. Again, we're not alone. So let's just keep searching for the truth.
And we're going to, and we're certainly going to be moving into Scranton once again, folks. So if you're out in Scranton, we're moving into Scranton this month sometime. If you want to be involved, if you want to help out, give us a call. You can certainly just look us up on the internet. All the information is there. Tips at WB Independent Gazette. You could get us there. Or just go online, Facebook. We're all over the place. It's not hard to find, but we're looking for people to help in the Scranton area now. Let's get this news out there. Certainly, Michael, as you say, locally, we could really make a difference because this was scary stuff. And it's scary that 90% of the media, folks, is owned. And when we say the media, we're not just talking about the news. I think that's what people really need to get on this is that it's not like you're going to CBS News at night or Fox News or faux news, as we're going to start calling it. I mean, we just had a story come across that, they had a gag order. Fox News had a gag order that they weren't allowed to talk about Obama's birth certificate. This Krauthammer was talking the other day. Oh, how great, Ailes and Murdoch was, and they were these geniuses. Well, these geniuses didn't put out all the information and kept the Fox News audience dumbed down on certain issues. Is this what we want in our news? Is this what we need in our news?